Talk Radio.
Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to Glam Estates radio show. Thank you all for tuning in. We are our host. My name is Gregory Paputsian, and with me, as always, is Coco Selburn.
Hey!
Hi, Coco.
Hey, Gregory. How are you? How have you
good.
been?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm very happy and excited today. We have with us Scott Griffin, who is a mortgage broker, and also he is a president-elect of California Association of Mortgage Professionals. It doesn't get more expert than that.
The rent market is now sky high.
Oh, it's incredible,
And
isn't it?
people-
And you can't control it.
And you-
You're at the mercy of the landlord.
Exactly.
And each year is a different opportunity for the landlord to raise rent.
Uh-huh.
And they do.
They take advantage
Pretty
of
aggressively right now.
That's exactly right. And we say to people, you know, that if they stay renting long enough, they will have nothing saved.
That's right.
And there will be no ability to make a purchase. And then we say to them, be part of the people. Well, this home ownership is down since the lowest it was since 1967.
Coco, it's so funny. You just said something that's standing out for me so brightly. And I'll never forget, gosh, this really neat guy I met years ago in the industry. He sells insurance, and he's living in Hollywood. He had a rent control, little junior one bedroom.
Yeah.
He paid like $650. For LA, that's almost free.
Wow.
That
Right,
is
that's-
that is like unheard of.
Oh,
When was
Almost free.
that? When was that?
This was, we're going back into the early 2000s.
Right.
Wow, that's stellar then too.
But it's still stellar. Yeah, no. He was in an awesome location. And he was talking to me and saying, Scott, well, I would like a house, but I'm only paying this. And I thought about that. And do you know what I thought about and what really hit me? Is the lost opportunity.
Yes.
By saying yes to making each month's rent payment, whatever that number is, you should think about what you're saying no to. And the no is the opportunity to own a piece of real estate and have it grow in the market. And even if I might have to pay more each month, I'll pay what I can afford to buy, and I'll have the opportunity of growth. Now, I'm not going to have the $650 rent payment with nothing left over at the end of the story.
Right.
Instead, I might have a $300,000, $400,000, let's say, condominium.
right.
If that's our starting point. And let's say we own that for quite a few years. And for Todd, that was way back in the early 2000s. So let's say that Todd bought a place in the early, and he did, by the way. And once we had this sit-down visit, it was a lunch I'll never forget. and we were talking about this, and it really, he had an epiphany. He already had the want, but he didn't understand how to get past that low monthly rent he's paying, and how would he move that story over to the side to say yes to a $2,000 payment, knowing that he can afford it, but that other payment was so low and he was so familiar to. And I think most of us live in monthly payments, don't we? And what we pay each month is what we focus on.
Yes, and you brought a great point up. I still have the same friend. He was in his building for 37 years, and
Wow.
he had rent control. And he's been telling. I've only known him for a few years, and in those few years, every time I see him, he was complaining to me about his rent and how he wanted to. He was thinking about buying, and I said, "How many years have you been there?" 37 years.
Wow.
And now that he's getting a little older, now every time I see him, and he's considerably older than I am, he says, "I don't know where I'm going to live. They're forcing me out of the building." And now he's in a position
What a
where
great
he's like,
point, Coco.
"I don't know
What
where
a
I'm going to
great
go."
point.
I should have bought.
What a great
He's
point.
like, it didn't occur to me. I said, that's what I'm saying. You got to buy something. He's like, "Oh, the market's going to go down." I said, has anybody who says that been able to catch up with it? I don't know anybody who has continued to say that's been able to do it.
No, and would you agree,
In
Coco?
30 years, it might
you
go
can't
down
control the market.
than it was in the
Exactly.
29th year. I mean, come on. It's going to go down what? Like, it's not going to go down like it did.
We're in
it's just
LA.
not going to happen.
You know, I've discovered this. Everything is possible. And I've also discovered that rarely is life stagnant. It's often moving.
Yes.
What I love is even in the darkest of times, and I'm going to suggest that 08, 09 were some pretty dark times for many of us, feeling
Yes.
some form of pain through this crisis, whether it was our family, ourselves, somebody we knew and loved. There was pain. Real estate was the only industry that I'm aware of that received the attention
Welcome
it
to the
did
world
through
of
Dodd-Frank, Welcome to the world of the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau.
Frank was
and
my
welcome
favorite.
to the world of know before you owe. And you're going to be a better consumer because you're going to have information to help you understand more.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh, it's great. So, Scott, where can people reach you at? One more time, please.
310-456-4494.
And what about your email address?
Scott@scottgriffin.com, and that's Griffin with an I.
And
you know-
double F.
Double F. And you
And
know
an
what's
N.
so,
And an N.
and an N. And you know what's so cool?
double T.
When I first moved to LA, I got a phone number, and I was in the Valley. And of course, in the Valley, 818 is the area code.
Yeah.
At least that's
Right.
pretty solid, all these area codes. And I got my phone number as 20 Scott. 818-20 Scott.
That's
You don't even need a
brilliant.
pen to write it down.
It's
know.
brilliant.
So that will get me directly as well. So 818-20 Scott.